Wait a minute, I just put it on my lap. You got it? Yeah, that's somebody to know to the right. There's my son. Got away his way. The way. I sent him some pictures of Tyrik. I think they're gonna put their baby pictures up here because he's gonna literally cook out when he sees. People up top, look at this. People up top. People everywhere. I'm not gonna be able to stay live long because guess what? I got a baby scream when they say my baby name. Oh, cause he over there. Look at Sophie. Look at Sophie. She over there. Andrew and them, Jackson them over there. They're over here. My nephews and them here. Yes, my nephews is here. So, and it's not as hot as it was. It's not that hot in here. But there's a lot of people in here. There's a lot of people in here. Like I do. A lot of people in here.
Yeah, I think she's here. She just asked where was my seat.
I should have bought a bigger purse because everything's sliding on me. Because the kind of what I got on. To make sure it's closed. I need to make sure it's closed. All the way closed. I wore actually all black. My baby wore all black, so I wore all black. That's the only reason why I wore all black, because he wore all black. Thank you so much. I am so proud of you, y'all. Y'all just don't know. It's about to start.
If everyone start moving towards their seats, we're gonna get started in 2 minutes. The line is a little long, so we're gonna make sure we get everyone in. I know. You're right. Thank you. But we're gonna start in exactly 2 minutes. Thank you. But if everyone can start moving towards their seats. And for everyone who couldn't make it, please tell them that we are streaming live on Twitter, Shopman's Facebook, as well as the Shopman's homepage. But as people are entering, please take your seats.
Everything this morning. Not that small. Oh, he said these things are small. They're not that small. Ooh.
I got it. She had it on either. She didn't have money at all when I got it.
They're gonna start in 2 minutes. It is 92
All right.
in
Good
here.
morning again, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, we invite everyone to take your seat as we are ready to begin. As our graduates prepare to enter the procession, we have a few requests. Please first silence your cell phones at this time. In addition, we ask that all invited guests uphold the standard of respect while each speaker or presenter is at the podium by maintaining silence and limiting movement during the ceremony. Also, for the safety of all scholars, staff, and guests, we ask that you maintain social distancing throughout the ceremony and wear your mask during the event. And finally, we have a professional photographer who will be taking pictures of each of the graduates as they accept their diplomas. We ask you to remain seated in order to refrain from any blocking the aisles or other people's view. Your graduates will get those pictures in the summer. We thank you in advance for your cooperation. Again, it is my pleasure to welcome you to this morning's commencement program to celebrate the accomplishments of the graduating class of 2022. We welcome Ms. Salcedo, the Chavez School Board of Trustees, the DC Public Charter School Board, Chavez staff, family, friends, and guests. At this time, we ask each of you to stand as the Chavez class of 2022 proceeds.
Just stand in front of me, don't move.
Oh, right here. I can see my baby up front. Yeah.
Don't step on their carpet because they're going to walk. They're about to walk down.
Oh, so they coming for 2 different sides.
So I don't know what time my nephew is going to take them all. Congratulations to all of them. And all my love is over there.
Throughout the school year, our scholars have worked diligently on various scholarship applications. We want to recognize all of our scholars today. Collectively, 100% of graduating seniors have been accepted to college. And I've got to update this number, and they have earned over $5 million in scholarships.
Look at God.
And now I have the pleasure of introducing this year's Salutatorian. This year's Salutatorian is a young woman who cannot be missed. She has been involved with cheerleading, senior planning, and has earned 18 college credits during high school.
Yeah!
This young woman has always been recognized as one of our top performing scholars and does it with hard work and resilience. She's never afraid to share her thoughts and will always ask the right questions.
Thank you, Lily.
This student will be studying business administration at North Carolina Agriculture and Technology University. Yes, on a full ride to the DC University Partner Scholarship. She's also an economics scholar, graduating this year with a 4.01 GPA.
Great pleasure that I say, class, we did it.
Thank you so much.
I know most of you my first English is in the 6th grade, but we have grown up and matured together. I don't want to make today all about me, but I do want to share this. For a long time, I wasn't proud of myself or the accomplishments that I've made. It took time for me to build that confidence within myself, but that's going to be life. There may be times where you don't feel as confident in yourself, but don't let that stop you, because it won't be easy. Life is like a roller coaster. There will be ups and downs, good and bad, but it all depends on how you move forward and the decisions you choose to make afterwards that really matter. A wise man once said, sometimes you need to get knocked down before you can really figure out what your fight is. And what that means is everything won't come effortlessly to you. You may have to fight and fall and repeat that pattern over before realizing what your passion in life is. Graduating class, hear me when I say, there will be a day when we will reach the mountaintop and we will be deciding on our next jobs, next steps, careers, and future education. Today is just the beginning.
Yes, it is.
When you are thinking about your next steps, I want you to think about purpose. It is better to find purpose in life than a job or career. Purpose crosses discipline. Purpose is the essential element within you. It is the reason God put you on this world in this particular time in history. Remember that what's for you will be for you because everything won't be. Whatever you choose in your career path, remember the struggles you took along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose. When God has something for you, it doesn't matter who stands against it. Remember that God will move those holding you back away from the finish line and put those that will help you get further to it, if it's meant for you. I can't tell you what any of you all's futures may hold, but if you are willing to take the harder path, the more complicated one, the path with more failures and successes at first, then you won't regret it. I love you all and wish nothing but the best. And again, congratulations, we did it!
Yeah!
Another round of applause for Rashana. Thank you, Rashana. This year's Valedictorian has relentlessly pursued every opportunity brought her way. She has always been willing to work harder, ask more questions, study longer in her pursuit of excellence. She is also committed to supporting others. In addition to her family, you can sometimes find her tutoring her peers. This year's Valedictorian is also willing to start a TikTok dance-off when she isn't reading a book. The dividends of her grit are shown in the over $800,000 in scholarships she's received and the 24 college credits she has earned during her time in high school. She had a lot of college choices, including George Washington University, where she was named one of 10 Trachtenberg Scholars, North Carolina A&T, or St. John's College. But ultimately, this fall, she will continue her pursuit of excellence at American University as a DC Scholar, which is a full ride.
Yes, I know that's right.
Graduating this year with a 4.16 GPA.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Good morning, everyone. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Charlize Carr, and today I will graduate at the top of my class from Cesar Chavez Public Charter School for Public Policy.
Yes.
In the near future, I'll be attending American University, where I plan to double major in psychology and political science. And after that, I plan to work in the federal government to create policies to help people with mental health issues. Today, though, we're here to look back on all the hard work we've done over these past 4 years and graduated. We've made lots of memories, friends, and met tons of people we just couldn't get along with. My 4 years at Chavez High School have been demanding, to say the least. I remember in 11th grade, I was taking 3 college courses and 3 high school classes at the same time. It was a lot of work, and this was during quarantine, so getting any motivation to even get out of bed was really hard. I had help from my friends and teachers, so I was able to pass all of them without overworking myself. Because of this, my 11th grade year seems really long. This school year, though, seems to fly by. People always say your senior year flies by, but I truly believe that it did. Just a few months ago, I was sitting in Lisa's class talking more down there in the lane about homophobia and feminism. I remember doing TikToks before class every morning with Demaya and Tyrik in the beginning of my sophomore year. I remember dancing at pep rallies and getting gift cards on High Day. I remember so many things, and they'll be with me for the rest of my life. But now we have to make our own separate journeys and do what we want with our lives. This might be extra, but I want to thank Ms. L for all of her help this year too. When I'm in college, I'll be able to cite all my sources properly and won't have to worry about plagiarism. And also for being a great person all around. The same thing can be said about Mr. White, Ms. Bernal, Mr. Toomer, Mr. Miguel, Mr. Cross, and all of the rest of the Chavez staff I've been able to be with in my Chavez journey. I also want to thank all of my classmates, the entirety of the class of 2022, especially my close friends, Delana, Demaya, Julia, Deja, and Alex, just to name a few. There's no way anyone here would have graduated without receiving help from somebody else at least once. Everyone here most definitely received help more than once now. Finally, I want to thank my family over there, my honey, my siblings, and finally my grandmother. There's no way I would have been able to be here right now if it wasn't for her. I've been living with my grandmother for almost my entire life, and she does so much for me. So I'll be sure to pay her back in full by being successful in reaching my goals.
Yes, I know that's right. Yes. Yes.
Lastly, I want to congratulate everyone here, and I hope you'll be successful in your future endeavors. Thank you, and we made it.
Yeah.
Can we give another round of applause for Charlize Carr? What a moving message. Thank you, Charlize and Rashana. Congratulations to you both. At this time, we invite everyone to turn attention to the video screen for our senior video tribute produced by our family community engagement coordinator, Mr. Joseph.
Oh, we gotta go here.
Now it's finally here, it's just like, wow. Really happy.
Shall we support that?
This game is actually life. I'm just excited for what's in store ahead.
We're excited and overwhelmed, but I'm excited for my future kids. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like
Prom pictures look great, nice outfits. As the lights came up, I was just looking. Students, can you give a round of applause to the people who are next to you, the staff members? They've walked with you through this K-12 journey. All the staff and teachers who are with you. And metaphorically, when we look up here, we see the staff to the side, and then behind you is your family. They've got your back. Your family, your grandparents, your uncle, your cousin, your family, your friends, your watching you today. Give them a round of applause. You're here today because someone said they love you and they care about you. So we got to make sure we recognize the village. Speaking of village, I have the pleasure of introducing our head of schools who leads the Chavez Village. Dr. Miller is a native of Columbia, South Carolina. We got a couple students going to Benedict College, so they'll be down in Columbia. She graduated magna cum laude from South Carolina State University with a BS in mathematics. She relocated to the DC area to attend Howard University and taught undergraduate mathematics after earning her Master's of Science in Mathematics in 2007. 1 year later, she founded her own company, Fulton Tutorial Services LLC, where she worked full-time serving over 100 clients while working in schools in Prince George's County and charter schools in the district until 2011. She then joined Cesar Chavez, where she served as the senior class advisor, pageant coordinator, instructional coach, and assistant principal, and now head of school. She earned her doctorate in mathematics from Howard University and settled in Maryland with her loving husband and her 2 young sons. They are members of the Silver Spring Church of Christ, where they teach Bible study and serve. She knows that God has truly blessed her with a great family, church home, good health, and a career that she loves. She understands that to whom much is given, much is required. Please join me in welcoming our leader, our head of schools, Dr. Courtney Miller.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Cross. The protocol already being established. So, your valedictorian, smart young lady, made a point that was also mentioned in our video, that we didn't make it here alone. So graduates, big congratulations to the 66 of you, but your parents, your teachers, your friends and family members all contributed to this day. So give them a round of applause at this time. So I know you guys are lot of emotions. And at 40, I've sat through 4 graduations of my own, and I can tell you, I don't remember anything that the graduation speaker said. So I'm gonna tell you a story that was told to me by one of our old basketball coaches, and I'm gonna share a corny little poem that I wrote. I'm nobody's rapper, like Mr. Cross said, I'm a mathematician, but I'm gonna share it with you anyway. So we have a basketball coach by the name of Coach George Glick. He recently passed away. But he coached at my high school for decades. And he also coached All-Star Jermaine O'Neal from Oakland High School as well, And I remember him telling these stories. He always had a lot of stories to tell, which reminds me of somebody else I know. But it was about selling. Now, when we first told the story, I'm like, you're in a room with a couple hundred black kids who've never been selling. But it wasn't about the selling or the vote. The message was more about what we can control. So I'm going to share this story with you, and hopefully, maybe you'll remember it, but guess what, if you don't remember it, there's always Google. So, each of you has a ship, and you are the captain. You each have a set amount of time on the water. But there is plenty that's left up to you. Your destination, your route, and how you choose to set your sails. But there is one major factor that is not up to you, and that is the wind. The wind represents all the things in life that we can't control. Our past, the actions of others, random events, I'm gonna throw in there COVID. Sometimes the wind is directly at our back, and we barely need to unfurl ourselves to be carried along. Everyone gets a tailwind like this from time to time, and other folks seem to always have one. Other times we face a punishing headwind, but most of the time the wind is somewhere in the middle. But don't be fooled. The wind often seems like it matters more than it really does. But don't just sit by waiting for a better wind. Instead, become a better sailor. A skilled sailor knows how to use any wind to his or her advantage. Sounds like eating meat and spit out bones to me. So remember, the only tool that we have is to harness the wind. To harness the wind is the sail. We can't do anything about the wind, but what we do have total control over is how we adjust ourselves. We must remain focused on the things that are within our control. The choices you make, the company you keep, the places you go, and who you give access to you. Everybody is not worth your time or your space.
Amen.
And as I tell our scholars all the time, this is one time in life to be selfish. Do what is best for you so that you can do what's best for others later. So as I close, because I'm not going to keep you long, I wanted to find a special way to say thank you to each and every one of you, so listen closely for your name. And if you think I skipped your name, you might have been on Twitter, Gram, or TikTok, or whatever. But even if I do, which is my disclaimer, charge it to my head and not my heart. You know that I know and love each and every one of you. So here goes. To the class of 2022, led by Ms. Sharnice Carr, despite challenges in COVID, you've made it this far. But this is just the end of a chapter. It's not the end of your books. As we celebrate resilient scholars like Lawrence and Mr. Donzel books. In some ways, these 4 years seem to have flown by, as you now sit among 66 graduating scholars, including Patrice and Sky. Some of us have been together for 7 years, so like it or not, we're family too. Levi, Passion, Delana, Rashana, Akira, and the crew. You'll look back and remember your friends or frenemies, or maybe even your high school boo. Mr. Tuma, Morgan, Miguel, Lawat, and Mrs. Miles and Vasquez too. You'll remember conquering your daunting thesis with Ms. Obasher and Mr. DeBoer. From gun violence by Tiana, Kayla, and Kamari to homelessness by Jayla Moore. I'm sure Anthony, Naquante, Devontae, Sean, and Elijah have all heard their share from Coach Pope. as he not only worked to develop their basketball skills, but develop their confidence, leadership, and give them hope. Similarly, Samaya, Tyra, and Imani cheered their hearts out with coaches Savage and Reed, and Cross worked to secure financial aid and scholarships for our senior scholars who were in need. We hope that you remember Decision Day with Jordan and Tania dancing with Kyle on the mic, and even words from Michelle Obama. As you listen to scholars like Winston, Kaylin, Miracle, Jazir, Deasia, and Demaya share their plans as they leave home from their mom. We celebrate Esmeralda, Genesis, Alande, Nastasia, and Arjane, who always didn't have lots to say, but contributed greatly to our community as they went along their Chavez way. They knew their light could still shine brightly, even without having to say much. And meek and determined young men like Michael, Eric, Charles, Breon, and such. Rico, Dominic, and Lauren, you work hard despite the challenges to ensure that you made it through. So be the change that you want to see in the world. And remember that that change always starts with you. We have a pair of Tyriks in our class that we celebrate. Yeah! Who both have shown that they know what it means to truly be a Chavez scholar. The Johnsons, Dante, Larry, Cursa, Kyra, and Rain, we hope that you have also learned that whatever you deposit into Life Bank will definitely be your return. We're grateful for Ms. Cunningham and Ms. Benami's work with the twins. If you don't know, that's Janelle and Jamel. And we were excited to join the city in celebrating our DOES apprentices, Chris Chambers and Montel. We'll think back to prom with Dapper, Joseph, and Lonnie with their threads and shoes all intact, and Brianna on her own personal red carpet, stepping out of a clean Maybach. But your generation won't have to struggle to remember because it's all on Facebook, the Gram, and TikTok. So be wise with what you post because the internet never forgets, and you won't want to look back with shock. Alexandra, Kimon, Kanaya, and Damani, you were sure to always appropriately advocate to the team, while Bernal, Barbour, and Williams always provided a place for elevated scholars to blow off some steam. Destiny, Myasia, Anissa, and Yasmin will likely tell you that Chavez did the most, but I stand before 66 graduates, all accepted to college, with millions of dollars in scholarships to boast. Yeah. So the time is almost here, and only one more speaker before you graduate today, and prepare to walk across this stage as 66 scholars, starting with Neve. We praise you for all your accomplishments. Great job, well done, bien hecho, as Ms. Walsh would say. We love you, and we'll definitely miss all of you, but it's not goodbye. It's see you later, as he said, water.
Another round of applause for Dr. Miller. Thank you, Dr. Miller, for your encouraging words. I hope the class of 2022 took those to heart and applied their wisdom. I would like to now introduce the third-ranked scholar, Breonna Taylor, who's graduating today with a GPA of 3.95. She'll be studying nursing at Delaware State University, and she'll be introducing our future speaker.
Angel M. Lavis is an international best-selling author, TEDx speaker, award-winning host, director, and producer. She is the producer of the NAACP and the Image Award-nominated hit podcast Under Construction with Tamar Braxton, and 2019 Communicator Award recipient for her talk show, The Women Behind the Business. With over 2 decades of media experience, Angel believes in sharing her wealth and multimedia expertise to help propel the success of others. Before launching her entrepreneurial career, Angel oversaw 6 nationalities syndicated talk shows with, celebrity hosts Larry King and Jane Pauley.
You are quite welcome.
As the CEO
I've
of
been on
DC
YouTube
Media
since
Connection,
2018. Y'all
Angel
been knowing him
utilized her keen sense of video production and content creation. To attract her clients to their ideal consumers, she strategically uses storytelling as a tool to connect the hearts of audiences as she graces global stages. In 2021, her virtual school, The Elected Entrepreneur, was featured in the New York Times as part of the 100 Black-owned businesses you'll love. Incorporated, an alum of Harvard University, where she graduated magna cum laude. She received her Master's of Arts from the American University, and she is also the recipient of 2 professional certificates from Stanford University and Rutgers University.